Hi guys, welcome back to TwoForJoy. A 0-0 draw at the Vitality Stadium. Walking away with a point against Bournemouth. Unsurprisingly, not being able to get that first win and break the duck against the Cherries. To be honest with you, from what I've seen online, from other people, everyone's slating Eddie for not playing Voltemade in the Barcelona game midweek and saying they think he made the wrong decision and this one has to lie on Eddie's shoulders. I think after today's performance, you can see that it was the right decision. You can see that Voltemade's not ready for a full 90 of Premier League minutes. He's not as mobile as you expect him to be. This guy needs to build up his fitness. It's a completely different league he's coming from. I was a bit surprised at the lineup that we were setting up at the back as a 3-4-3 rather than a 4-3-3. But I have to say, I think it was the right call. Bournemouth are dangerous. I mean, they put 4 past us last season, Kluivert with a hat-trick, and today they only had 2 shots on goal. I have to say, taking points on the road is vitally important if you want to finish high up the league. And strikers win your games, defences win your leagues. This defence is solid. We've had 4 games out of 5 where we've kept a clean sheet. Now, we may not be scoring as many goals as we'd like to, but we obviously have issues up front. Now, what I feel when Wissa comes back, who is a more proven, more mobile, more versatile striker than Voltemade is, he'll be able to offer us those options. And it will also allow Voltemade to play sometimes as a 10 or sometimes off the bench and give him the game time and time to adapt to the Premier League that he probably needs. This game was always going to be a tight one. We were never going to steamroll a Bournemouth. If anything, we were going to nick a 1-0 win. And I think we had a couple of chances. I feel we were hard done by a little bit with the penalty shout with the pull on the shirt by Diakite on Voltemade. If you see it back in slow motion, obviously it probably looks worse than it did at full speed. But I did think there was a possibility that, you know, had they sent the referee to the monitor and he looked at it himself, he'd probably said it was a penalty. I think it was just the way this game was set up to be. And Bournemouth being the informed team that they are at the moment, they've taken 3 wins out of 5. You know, to get a draw away at Bournemouth, I think that's a good result. I think we should be pleased with taking the point. It's obviously not quite what we wanted. We didn't attack him probably the way we wanted. We didn't show the intensity in the way we wanted. But I don't think you can play that high-pressing style with Nick Voltemade up front. I think he's the guy that you need to play a more intricate tiki-taka style of football and play through him to open up defences rather than play the high press and expect him to run all game. I don't think he's got that in him yet. I think it's just time for the players to gel, come together, get some training sessions under their belt. The thing is, with the Champions League being Thursday, playing Sunday, playing back again this week against Bradford, playing again the following weekend against Arsenal, the fixture congestion doesn't give us the time to have training sessions like they normally would. The training will be light or recovery. So the actual on the grass time for Eddie to be able to put into motion these routines that we'd like to see or we saw last season, they'll come in time when we get probably after the next international break, when we get a bit more time on the grass. I'd hope we'll start to see some more progression on the pitch. If you look at the season we first got Champions League, the strongest part about our game was our defence. We didn't concede goals. This will be key for us moving into positions to be able to compete in the Champions League and to be able to compete in the Premier League. The point is be resilient, make changes, have depth. That's everything we wanted. And I think Eddie will probably get quite a bit of backlash for not bringing on Joel Linton or not bringing on Bruno or not playing the big names. But at the end of the day, you have to move forward like this if you expect to compete on all fronts. And I think that's the plan. Either way, guys, if you've liked the content, Be sure to hit the thumbs up. Thanks to everybody for the subs. Thanks to everybody for the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next one.